What's up, MMA News Canada? I'm Kris LaBelle. I'm here right now with Paul Pisko from Lethbridge, Alberta. Paul here is an MMA fighter and trainer over at Progressive Fighting Academy. And the interesting fact about Paul is Paul has had his leg just above the knee amputated due to a fact that he had a severe car accident about 15 years ago, give or take. And it's a very interesting story, which we're going to touch base on today. So Paul, why don't you tell the viewers at home today how exactly you came to injure your leg and why it was amputated, excuse me.
Basically what happened was about 15 years ago, I was working at a bar in Lethbridge and I had discarded a patron that was causing issues, and he decided to wait after work till I got done work. He was up the street in a vehicle, and when I was walking across the street, he backed up and came down the street and ran me over with his truck. So ever since then, it's just been constant surgery after surgery after surgery up until March of last year. I had my 27th operation on it, and that tore apart. Then in July of last year, I had my leg amputated above the knee.
Above the knee.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, if you're at home right now and you're making excuses for life, I don't want to hear about it. MMA News Canada doesn't want to hear about it, because the bottom line is this man is training daily with a missing limb. Do you understand? And 27 surgeries just to function throughout life. And he's found no excuses. Here he is today, came to see us in Calgary at MMA University, which is a remarkable training facility. So if you're gonna do MMA, I would strongly suggest to come here and see my friend Tim Blanchard, owner-operator of MMA University. Back to you, Paul. You like that? That was good,
That was good.
Thanks,
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at doing that. So if you ever want to hire me, Kris LaBelle. So Paul, when you train now,
Yeah.
what would you say do you find the most difficult aspects of MMA being in your situation these days? What are the toughest parts of training?
I can't say there's any easy part of it right now, because I've had to learn, and I'm still learning. As you know, any part of jiu-jitsu or any sort of combative sport, it's a constant learning experience. You can never peak. You're constantly learning on a daily, weekly, yearly basis. It just never ends. And for me now, I had to kind of backtrack and basically learn how to do just the simple mechanics of even just rotating through punches and just get the maneuvers proper, because of what I have to work with my ankle not actually being able to bend, and it's kind of more like a cinder block. So basically the learning curve has been interesting, and also for the people that have been training with me, so it's learning experience for everybody.
That's awesome, Paul. If you were to send a message to anybody that's following you now or will start to follow you, considering, you know what I mean, like you're obviously a remarkable man, you know, how many people would sit there, pop pills on their couch and watch TV all day and collect insurance? Because that's what people do.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but people do that. And what would you suggest to people that have been down that road, that maybe want to come out of that area and maybe start to pursue something like MMA, or they want to, you know, people that are suffering from some sort of physical ailment that they're using, you know, they're saying, oh, it's my excuse. You have no excuses.
That's just it.
So what would you tell people at home? Like, how do you overcome that adversity?
There's always an excuse, and being a fighter, this is just another battle I've had to basically throw down with, and just kind of, it's black and white. There's no gray area. You're either gonna put your head down and blow through it, or you're just gonna quit and, like you said, sit on the couch and pop pills and feel sorry for yourself. Basically, the main thing is getting out of the house. I know the first week out of the hospital, it was probably the toughest, because I felt useless. Like I wasn't able to do what I was normally being able to do before, even having kind of a non-functional leg up until I got it amputated. You just got to get out and do it, and not just, you know, it's too easy to come up with excuses. There's excuses for everything in life, and basically you got to look beyond that. Just be positive, and you know, anybody can do anything when you put your mind to it. Quoting Back to the Future.
Nice. That's a great movie. Michael J.
movie,
Fox.
yeah.
There's a guy's making no excuses, still
Exactly.
shaking his way through the industry.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is now, it's 2013. Do you have any expectations to maybe pursue an opportunity to fight as maybe one of the first amputee fighters, perhaps in Canada? I don't know if there are amputee fighters in Canada. If you are, MMA News Canada, hit us up. We'd like to interview you. But if you were the first, what would you think? Like, is it a possibility?
Anything's possible at this point. I'm doing a triathlon this summer, which I didn't think was possible. But my focus right now is jiu-jitsu, just because it's a lot easier. The learning curve is a lot easier than stand up. The the mobility involved with stand-up and kicking and kneeing, it's just, I don't feel comfortable with it. So even though I still teach it and I hit pads and I do that sort of stuff, the ground is basically where I'm focusing, and I would love to maybe compete in a jiu-jitsu tournament and just to see how I do against able-bodied people.
So you heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Paul wants to fight everybody, okay?
Right.
So if you are, what are you weighing in right now?
About 140.
140, okay? 140 pounds, you want a chance to grapple with this man, you want to do some jiu-jitsu. If he taps you out, you have no excuses. You got tapped out by a man that has no excuses. Do you understand? Guys, I'm with Paul Pisko. Make sure to stay tuned. Follow this man. He's a good person, smart guy. I don't know why I'm doing the Don Cherry thing, but I'm Kris LaBelle, and you're watching MMA News Canada.